Good evening. We will get started in just a couple minutes. Good evening. We will go ahead and get started. Right, so thank you all for coming. Welcome to the 2025-2026 Wake Tech Community College English Showcase Awards Ceremony. This is our second showcase since its inception last year. We are very excited to have you all present to celebrate the outstanding work done by our students in both our English and humanities film courses. The English Showcase Committee received a record number of nominations to review this year. This makes this year's winners and honorable mentions all the more special. Um, as a committee, we'll attest to the quality of the nominations made it very difficult to select winners and honorable mentions, which I believe speaks to the quality of work produced by our students here at Wake Tech. Students receiving awards today showed outstanding attention and craft in their projects and their coursework, and we are excited to share these works with you to honor their hard work. Before we begin awarding students, however, I would like to introduce Lisa Martin, the department head of English for the Wake Tech English department, who would like to say a few words. So thank you.
Good evening, Lisa Martin. The first thing I wanted to say to the students who are winners tonight is you want to recognize that somebody read your writing, stopped and said, this really matters. That's how good your writing was, that they stopped and said, this one communicates ideas. This one expresses language in a way that matters, that I want to go brag about to my other committee members. That's a very big deal. So I just truly want to congratulate you on that because you did that. I also want to thank, obviously, our English Showcase Committee. This started with a nugget of an idea. Gabrielle Volstead and Nick Denning came up with the idea to showcase excellence in student writing. And this is our second year putting on this award ceremony. And now we have a wonderful committee, including David Phillips, Lee Badman, and Ela Browder, who's unable to be here tonight. And they're just very excited to show off your work and celebrate your achievements. So I'm going to let them get to it. And also, there's cake outside.
We would also like to introduce Kelly Keltz, our associate department head, who would like to say a few words regarding the our ACES program.
So we're excited to have an ACES ACE Award. ACES is a program, I don't know how many of you have heard of it. It's a program that pairs students with an English faculty member coach, and they work with this coach throughout the semester. It's sort of like the TLC in that it's a support service, but this is for students who really, really want more help and that sort of thing. Well, Lisa mentioned earlier that the nice thing about this awards is someone read your work. In this case, someone saw the student very hard, demonstrating sincere commitment, resilience, and a willingness to really do hard work week after. So I'm going to pass it over and they will present the award.
All right, so that leads us into our first award. So as you accept your award, we'd ask that you please pause for a moment to pose for a picture. You'll accept it over there. So just pause for a moment and then you can sit back down. So as Kelly said, our first award category is for the ACES Award. As we mentioned, it's connected to ACES, which is a mentorship program that supports and helps students achieve success in their English classes. So for this year's ACES Award, we award Elif Oskaya, nominated by mentor Tori Halbert. Mr. Halbert notes that Elif, quote, came prepared to all of our coaching meetings. Actually, to make sure I get to that here. I'll read this first. Came prepared to all of our coaching meetings and was consistently invested in our conversations, examining her writing critically and applying what she learned to improve writing over the course of the semester. I think she not only achieved, but surpassed all of her goals she came to the program with. And to me, that's what makes an ACES student. Congrats to Elif. All right, our next award is the TLC Superstar Award, which is given for those who effectively and frequently use the Learning Center to receive help on English projects and succeed in the class. For this year's TLC Superstar Award, we award Tyler Gotthelf. Tyler's nominator notes that she, quote, utilized feedback given with skill to get the best grades possible on each major assignment. She showed dedication and a desire to do well in English 112 by using the TLC to her benefit. Congratulations to Tyler. Moving on, each year we award 2 Invested Student Awards, one for the spring 2025 semester and the other for the fall 2025 semester. This goes to students who show dedication to learning in and out of the classroom, both for themselves and for others. Our first goes to Sydney Russo. Sydney receives this award for her contributions in HUM 160, Intro to Film. Her instructor noted her active participation in a discussion-heavy course, and that, quote, consistently, her insights and questions revealed a desire to use class time to build upon and further develop her strong foundational understanding of course materials. Congratulations to Sydney. And the second Invested Student Award goes to Will DeLucia. Will showed dedication to completing English 112 by regularly staying after class to discuss his ideas with his instructor and by consistently using the library to get work done. As his instructor noted, he was nominated, quote, not only because he utilized all the possible resources and put in a lot of work, but also because he is an inspiration to others through his growth mindset, determination, and resilience. Congratulations to Will. All right, we will now move on to our course categories. So on each slide, you will see an expert from the student's paper. Our first course category is for HUM 160 Intro to Film. This award is called the In Cinema Award and showcases excellence in film analysis and criticism. This year's award goes to Sky Meechan. Sky's project, Through the Lens of the Shimmer, Analyzing Annihilation's Visual Language, provides an analysis of Alex Garland's film, focusing on the cinematography choices made and how they, in Sky's own words, quote, work in concert to underscore the film's thematic exploration of the unknown, the destructive power of the shimmer, and the character's vulnerability in its presence. Congratulations to Sky. This year's honorable mention for the In Cinema Award goes to Marina Dejnoska for her essay titled Winslow and Wake, The Deterioration of Masculinity. The essay analyzes Robert Eggers' film The Lighthouse, focusing on one of its more notable scenes and how it, quote, displays masterful cinematic techniques by implementing careful camera movements, reorientation of composition through a fourth wall breaking, and a chiaroscuro lighting, I don't think I said that right, to, quote, instill an amplified sense of surrealism for viewers. Congratulations, Marina, and to these award winners.
The next category of awards is for essays within the English 111 classes, writing and inquiry. The In My Experience Award is I'll stop there. It goes to essays that showcase original thinking about a specific topic regarding a personal experience. So the winner of this year's In My Experience Award is Claire Blossy. Claire's essay was titled Not Like Your Nephew. It tackles autism spectrum disorder, also known as ASD, and how differentiated the spectrum can be, while also exploring the common and daily struggles those with ASD face. There are two honorable mentions for this category. The first honorable mention for this category goes to Lee Kyung-soon. Kyung-soon's essay is titled The Korean Church Community. It's a narrative of Kyung-soon's involvement with the Korean church and how it has become more than just a place of worship, but a place of fellowship among other Koreans in the community. The fellowship includes opportunities among peers to share their joys and frustrations. The second honorable mention goes to Camberly Minich. Camberly's essay is titled Nostalgia, a Sentimental Journey Through Time. It is an exploration of a personal definition of nostalgia and how it can creep up on an individual no matter the location. Sorry, I thought that. Okay. Our next English 111 category award is entitled In My Evaluation. It's for essays that demonstrate exceptional digital literacy and analysis and explanation on a specific viewpoint. So the winner in the In My Evaluation category is Laura Concepcion. In Laura's essay, This Is Not America, a visual protest, Laura analyzes the title song by Residente, a Puerto Rican musician and social activist. The song was a protest in response to Childish Gambino's This Is America. Laura dives into the music video accompanying the song and how the American dream is not always open to all races and ethnic groups, including those from Latin America. This category also contains two honorable mention awards, and the first honorable mention award goes to Julia Streimer. Julia's essay titled Same Topic, Two Different Effects, America's Thoughts on Trump, compares how two news programs, Fox's The Five and PBS's PBS NewsHour, covers the popularity of President Donald Trump among the American population in his second term. Julia concludes that each show has a different agenda in what they deliver to their audiences, giving a stark contrast in their own conclusions about the popularity of the president and how those messages are delivered on the shows. The second honorable mention goes to Claire Blossy. Claire's essay, A Tale of Two Speeches, compares commencement speeches of two individuals at prestigious universities. Actor Denzel Washington's Penn's 2011 commencement address and former NASA engineer Mark Rober's I Gave the MIT commencement speech. In Claire's essay, the two figures are analyzed for the success of their speeches, with Rober being declared the winner because of his humor, authenticity, and encouragement. The final English 111 award, entitled In My Informed Opinion, are essays that showcase outstanding student arguments. The essay presents a strong stance on a topic and provides well-considered and utilized sources to support the argument established within. This year's winner of the In My Informed Opinion category is Tracy Stittelberg. Tracy's essay, The Price of Perfection, Rethinking Food and Body, argues that diet culture has a negative effect on society. In a solution to overcome diet culture, Tracy argues in favor of a campaign that develops media literacy skills, promotes body neutrality, and challenges social norms that sustain diet culture. Just like the first two categories, there are two honorable mentions for this category. The first is Elliot Fernandez. Elliot's essay is titled Taxation Without Representation: Why Americans Should Have More Control Over Their Social Security. In the essay, Elliot points out that the sustainability of Social Security is in doubt. Elliot proposes that Social Security should be subject to partial privacy that would make Social Security more sustainable, could increase the control that each American has on their money, and could allow them to accumulate more wealth. The second honorable mention is awarded to Abigail Wyatt. Abigail's essay, titled The Obesity Epidemic, It's a Big Problem, tackles the growing obesity epidemic in America. Abigail analyzes the increases of obesity over a 30-year span and argues why people need to eat right and exercise. By changing habits, Abigail believes that the culture can shift to healthier body mass indexes. Congrats to all the English 111 award winners.
So the next category of awards is for creative pieces written in English 125. This is a creative writing course. Oh, sorry. We've changed the order. So our next category is for essays written in English 112, writing and research in the disciplines. The first category is called In My Initial Findings. Our awardees in this category show exceptional understanding of locating, evaluating, and integrating sources and insightfully synthesizing these sources in their research. The winner in this category is Gianna Cacci for her project From Storage to Surveillance, Streamlining Archives to Detect and Deter Art Crime. Gianna skillfully weaves together material from multiple sources to reveal the role that archivists are already playing in the detection and prevention of art theft, a role that she compellingly suggests can be played more deliberately and effectively. It's an insightful consideration of how seemingly mundane tasks can have a significant impact on something as dramatic as art crime. Our honorable mention in this category is Grace Skelton, whose iSearch essay on forensic science is a wonderful example of how research opens our eyes to previously unimagined depths and expanses of knowledge. It's a genuine pleasure to bear witness as a reader to this kind of awakening, one that I, as a teacher, hope for all of my students to have. But for that, of course, one must be willing to do the hard work that Grace clearly did. The second category is In My Community or Discipline. The work that our awardees in this category have produced is outstanding in demonstrating understanding of their selected discourse communities, as well as rhetorical modes, audience, genre, critical thinking, and other disciplinary specific conventions. The winner in this category is Talon Van Meter Kirk for an interview conducted as part of an overarching project titled Dinos and Dilemmas. Talon's write-up of an interview with Dr. Paul Brinkman on the subject of fossil discovery, ownership, and sales provides a nuanced and balanced consideration of a controversial issue in the field of paleontology. illuminating various aspects of the discipline and the discourse, as well as the subject matter in the process. Our honorable mention in this category is Kai Lawrence for a paper titled, I forgot to put the title. In this paper, oh, thank you. Play and language through the eyes of a speech-language pathologist. Thank you, Nick. In this paper, Kai explores the intersection of speech delays, play therapy, and parental involvement through an interview with Dr. Hayden Johnson. The result is a paper that reveals both the insights that an expert in a field can provide and the limitations of narrow specialization with respect to a complex issue, a necessary reminder of the benefits and drawbacks of working within a specific discourse. The third and final category is In My Seat at the Table. The criteria for recognition in this category are heightened awareness and thorough knowledge of a chosen field, sophisticated thinking, and a genuinely significant contribution in the discourse. And as you can already see, Talon Van Meter Kirk is the winner in this category as well. Talon is recognized here for the culmination of a semester-long inquiry, Dinos and Dilemmas, the final breakdown. Do-do-do-do, do-do-do-do-do. And no, that is not my joke. That is actually part of the title. Talon's paper is a thoroughly researched, well-informed, carefully considered, and well-reasoned examination of the complexities of fossil collection and sales. It is an issue that very few, if any of us, give any thought to when we visit the Natural Museum. But as Talon's work shows, it is a matter of profound importance, not only within paleontology, but at the level of international relations. We would also like to recognize, as our honorable mention in this category, Osama Al-Saleh, who has been exploring another little considered but increasingly important issue of global concern. In A Practical Engineering Solution to the Growing Space Debris Problem, Osama, in his own words, examines the causes of space debris, the growing risks associated with it, and practical engineering methods that could reduce the debris population and make space operations safer in the future. The paper displays all of the qualities that one would hope to find: awareness, knowledgeability, and sophistication. It was a pleasure to read it. So, congratulations to all of our English 112 winners. Nope. So this is what I was anticipating first. The next category of awards is for creative pieces written in English 125 creative writing. We have two categories here. The first is called In Verse, which awards outstanding poetry pieces. The winner in this category is Where the Heart Will Rest by Ian Allison. I hope I pronounced that correctly. With every stanza, each one indented further than the last, like another step in a descending staircase, the reader is brought deeper and deeper into the poet's past experiences, present desires, and hopes for the future. What really makes the poem stand out, however, are the startling turns of phrase, little explosions of simile and sensory detail that make the world of the poet burst into sudden, poignant life. We would also like to recognize in this category, as our honorable mention, Ink-Stained Hands, Lonely Stained Heart by Lauren Minish. Lauren's poem is comprised of lines as spare and understated as those of a Japanese haiku, each one suggesting hidden depths of meaning that remain out of reach. It could be easy to dismiss such a poem as an exercise in style over substance, were it not for the underlying sense that there is in fact a solution to the mystery. Regret over an abandoned relationship, perhaps, a declined proposal, maybe. Whatever it is, it just may haunt the reader as much as it does the poet. The next award in this category is entitled Future Bestseller for prose that engages readers and shows great promise for future publication. Our winner this year is Rebel Roan's The Kingdom's Heir. In the span of only a little more than 6 pages, Rebel is able to set the reader down in the midst of a gripping narrative focalized through the lens of an intriguing heroine. Most impressive is the way that Rebel begins to build a world with its own history, culture, and politics, and to do so not through clumsy expedition dumps, but through the characters, dialogue, and well-chosen details. The cliffhanger ending made the committee wish that there were more for us to read. We hope that there will be. And last for me, our honorable mention in this category is The Parrot Who Cried Conspiracy by Davis Payne. The story of the selectively mute Tommy and the parrot Keith, who serves as his main interface with the world, is more than refreshingly original. It is delightfully strange in the best ways. Davis is able to make the outlandish and absurd unquestionably believable. It's a story that defies easy categorization, and it's all the better for it. So, congratulations to all of our English 125 awardees.
All right, we will now move on to the English 110, 114 awards. This year's awarded students both come from English 110 for the category entitled I Have an Idea, which awards essays that contain original and inventive topic ideas for an assignment. The winner of this award is Anthony Vignoli. Anthony's proposal, Fixing the Issue of Aging Tools in the Wake Tech Heat Department, stood out with its attractive design. More importantly, though, Anthony pulls the reader into an issue that is relevant to the college itself, noting the desire to improve the learning capabilities for students in the heavy equipment and transport technology program. Anthony notes the difficulties that come with tool replacement, but his argument points out a clear need with realistic solutions for a field that continues to grow. The honorable mention for the English 110, 114 I Have an Idea award goes to Terry Riggins. Terry's proposal, Rethinking Course Registration at Wake Tech, focuses on the difficulty welding program students face when it comes to registering for courses they need to complete. Through interviews with faculty and fellow students, Terry's solution tasks advisors and students to build registration plans together, allowing student numbers to determine the number of seats needed for a course in a semester. His thorough research shows dedication to making a change and assuring that his ideas have merit. We'll now move on to the English Literature Awards. For the first category of In My Research, this category awards essays that showcase exceptional use of research and sources regarding a specific topic within literature. The winner of the In My Research, oh, that's not right. There we go. Okay. The winner of the In My Research category goes to Kylie Miller. In Morality and Victorian Age Literature, Kylie argues that the Victorian era works of Wilde, Stevenson, and Browning showcases the hypocrisy stemming from the time's inflexible expectations in regard to moral conventions. She asserts that the society of the time puts on masks to, quote, meet social expectations while keeping a degree of inner autonomy, leading works to showcasing the juxtaposition of the performative personas versus the inner private life. Our honorable mention for the In My Research award goes to Anna Treveda for the Victorian Age, A Stage for Social Performance. Anya's essay argues that authors such as Browning, Wilde, and Doyle challenge the Victorian myth of moral superiority as it is purely an act. Our community clearly enjoys a particular assessment of the Victorian era here. Ultimately, the essay focuses on how the texts prove that social constructs were a facade in reality, leading to classic texts of the time focusing on deception and fake pretenses. The next category for the Literature Awards is the In My Analysis. We award essays that showcase strong analysis of a novel or core reading from the course. All those awarded this year are students from English 242, British Literature 2. Gotta go back up. There we go. The winner of our In My Analysis Award goes to Marina Dejnoska. Marina's essay, Jane Eyre, A Mythic Exploration, is a literature analysis of Charlotte Bronte's use of folkloric archetypes and their subversions to put Jane through a variation of her own hero's journey. Marina blends her analysis with connections to Cinderella, Bluebeard, and Arabian Nights, and more. Her considerations showcase a deep understanding of the novel and Jane as a character to develop complex connections between Bronte's novel and other famous mythic and fairy tale contexts. And our honorable mention for the In My Analysis Award goes to Chris Peck for his essay, Derrida's Darcy, How Deconstruction Destabilizes Meaning in Pride and Prejudice. Chris's essay utilizes the literary theory of deconstruction to analyze how the novel destabilizes the moral values it appears to affirm. Taking on a theory that students tend to avoid, he instead dives into finding contradictions from the classic work to showcase that the text is more than a romance, but a work with binary oppositions that push so tightly against one another that readers deeply assessing the text can be left unsure of the true message of Austen's tale. And our final awards go to the Outstanding Multimodal Projects. Work in this category showcases student work that has been presented both effectively and uniquely to complete the requirements of any English course project outside of the medium of an essay. This semester, we have two multimodal award winners whose videos documentaries truly impressed the committee. We first wish to recognize Kai Lawrence for her video on speech language pathology. Kai's multimodal project educates viewers on the needed work with children beyond the therapy office. She highlights that a speech language pathologist can build the plan to help a child, but it is the interactions at home and engagement in speaking with children that makes interactions with children in Kai's life. But it is the interactions at home and engagement in speaking with children that makes truly building language development. The video showcases beautiful real-time interactions with children in Kai's life while also developing an accessible video for someone pursuing a field that values language. And our next multimodal award winner is Gianna Casey. Gianna's multimodal video project is steeped in clear passion for her topic. Gianna's video takes viewers on a tour of the world in archiving and the need for streamlining them to detect and deter crime. With a deep dive behind the scenes of North Carolina's Museum of Natural Sciences and more, she discusses the appropriate way to store and appreciate collections brought into museums. Gianna's video ends with a wonderful call to action, noting that North Carolina contains wonderful numbers of works worth visiting, just a hop, skip, and a jump away from where we sit right now. Let's please give a round of applause for all our award winners. Right, so just a few closing comments. We want to again thank you all for attending the second annual English Showcase. We want to make a special thank you to our English Showcase Award committee members, so Ela Browder, David Phillips, Lee Babin, and my co-lead, Gabrielle Volstead. Thank you to our supportive college leadership and the English department leaders and the many faculty who nominated their students for awards. Every year we are told how much it matters to our nominees that instructors saw the value in the effort and quality of their work. This is a large reason why we created the English Showcase and why we are committed to growing it each year. Thank you all for coming tonight to recognize Wake Tech's talented writers and creators. We hope to see you again to support next year's winners. Now, if everyone can please make their way to the atrium just down the hall, we have copies of our students' work that you can peruse. We also hope that you take time to chat with those awarded. Desserts and drinks are available there as well. Please feel free to take photos with the Wake Tech backdrop. You'll see it when you walk in the atrium to commemorate the event. Thank you.